Welcome to Great Loop Lifestyles. Today we are in Delaware City, Delaware. I don't usually make these videos when we're just in a one-place overnight stop, but Delaware City was an exception because there were some pretty interesting, particularly historical things there that I decided I wanted to share. So here's a first look at the waterway as you come into Delaware City, and that linear dockage there is Delaware City Marina. That's some looper boats tied up there at the marina. It's a very small town, but you can walk around. There's some lovely shops and restaurants. This really interesting central hotel. And I discovered most of this just taking a walk around town. There was a foundry, which was one of the stores with all kinds of forged creations. There were bakeries, there were ice cream stops, and this is even a part of the Freedom Trail from Harriet Tubman. It's part of the Underground Railway. So as I said, a lot of history here in the Delaware City area. We ate at Edna's Kitchen and Barbecue, had a good meal, would recommend it if others are headed that way. But one of the interesting things here was Fort DuPont State Park. Fort DuPont was originally established in 1863 as a 10-gun battery to help protect Fort Delaware. It actually served as a POW camp in World War II, and it had about 3,000 prisoners housed there. It was deactivated just after World War II and is now going under this revitalization. So you can still see the old theater, the old base post. You can see the commander's house. Many of these have been refurbished and appear to be residential housing again. But that's a project that continues and is still underway, as you can see from these pictures, and it was well worth exploring. But Michael actually took the exploration a little further than I did. I was on one of my walks and saw all of those interesting sights. Michael took his electric scooter out and went beyond where I had explored and found all sorts of interesting things, including the Fort DuPont mortar bunker. And he also found an African-American burial ground. So this was one of those things that we just didn't take the time to know how much was here before we arrived. I wish it had been an additional day at the stop, because in addition to what's at Fort DuPont, Fort Delaware State Park is also in Delaware City, and that was something we were not aware of, didn't have the time to explore, but in my subsequent research, the pictures I found of the fort are really reminiscent of the fort that we saw last summer at the Dry Tortugas. So definitely encourage a stop there. I wish we had had time. Fort Delaware is on Pea Patch Island, which is right off of Delaware City, and there is a ferry boat that takes you across. So really easy to do, and a really unique and different fort from the ones that I've experienced on the East Coast. So hopefully more loopers will have a time to check that out. So it was a very brief overnight stop in Delaware City, and we of course got a weather briefing from the Delaware City Marina before we left. So if you're interested in that and our trip across Delaware Bay towards New Jersey, then definitely watch our next Great Loop Cruising info video on our trip from Delaware City to Cape May, New Jersey. We'll be back soon. Thanks for watching.